I should be like you, Melvin.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon and good evening, Cherries fans from around the world, wherever you are watching this evening. Strange one for us on a Friday night, but we thought we'd add an additional show in because of the fantastic win that we had this week over Tottenham. Co-host, as always, Malcolm Chiverton. Welcome, Malcolm. How are you?
Hi, Ollie. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, all good. Bit cold, but hey ho. It's winter.
Also sat here a bit chilly.
Yeah.
Fantastic result this week. Hence the Cherry Slaps tonight, 3-2 against Tottenham, putting us a point behind them in the table, now 15th. A fantastic result now. Obviously, we're aware I've had an incredibly busy week, so I'm going to let you take lead on the first half.
Thanks, mate. That's very kind of you. I think, really should make a start with the lineups, really. I was a little bit surprised with Tottenham. Richarlison was on the bench.
Yeah.
Obviously, they plenty of injuries that they've got at the moment. And obviously, through the course of the game, there's more additions to their, let's just say, treatment room. But hey ho, we've been there. Happens anyway.
Yeah.
I suppose in a way, with the lineup that they had, they were going to give us a game anyway.
Yeah, and were we surprised with seeing the matchup finally, Kroupy and Eva starting together?
Absolutely chuffed to bits, mate. We did call it. Well, certainly I did.
Yep, you did indeed. Yeah.
That was going to be a good possibility, only for the fact that Cliver got injured. So, what were our options? Basically, it's. I think it was a smart move. It could have gone a bit pear-shaped, but excuse me. In Andoni we trust.
Yeah.
In Kroupy we trust. So. Yeah, it was a good starting lineup for us. We started off a bit slow, to be honest with you, sort of first 10 minutes. Not quite at it from the get-go. But, Tottenham scored, and perhaps people or fans are thinking, after 5 minutes, conceding a goal is going to be a long old evening, but in a way, it's not a bad thing conceding early. Obviously, you don't want to concede. But if you concede very early, you got loads of time to get back into it.
Yep.
And only can tweak things, change things in game, or even if it comes to half time and nothing's changed with the score line, he can make the changes in the dressing room at half time. And but I mean, it was a really good first half from us, to be honest with you, over the 45.
Yeah, I think I had a couple of in the WhatsApp chat, there was a couple of moans and groans, wasn't there? And I think those moans and groans were cleared up in the second half. I think specifically from me, first half was Petrovic, one of my moan and groans. But second half, key standout player, in my opinion, made a ton of saves, as you said.
I've actually made some notes here, so it's, and oddly enough, the first one on the list was Petrovic.
Petrovic, yeah, fair. I'm interested to know what your notes are.
Well, the thing is, I take the positives. Yeah, I know he's not Pepper. All right. Yes, he's made a few errors over the first 19, 20 games.
Yep.
What do you expect? The defense must also take a share of responsibility as well.
Yeah.
But then it's gelling together, because obviously if you have a goalkeeper who's a bit unsteady, it's going to make the defense a little bit unsure. What's going to happen behind us, sort of thing. So, but my positives are in stoppage time in the first half, he got down very quickly for Bergwall on his near post, which has always been more or less his Achilles heel, isn't it? So very smart, very pleased that he actually got down so quick to that. What else can I say?
Well,
yes, he does tend to punch a lot as opposed to catching. All right.
I had a feeling that from the get-go, they were trying to test him. I feel like from the get-go, the first 5 minutes before, what's his name? Mattis Tell. It was the first goal in 5 minutes, I think. And just before that, there had been 2 outside of the box shots at Petrovic, both on target. And I think they were just testing him from the get-go. They were trying to just pop shots off at him to see if he was going to make any mistakes.
Well, Bergwall actually did, didn't he? Very, very early on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be right. But it's part of goalkeeping. You get whenever you make an error or slight error, even if you get away with it, the spotlight's on you.
Yeah.
So it's very, very difficult.
Especially if you're making similar mistakes. Like if you make a similar mistake
regular.
And then you've made it again 2 games ago and then 5 games ago, all of a sudden people start picking out a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you've got to look in the second half. On Van der Veen, the save from they push it on, got maybe fingertips, whatever, push it onto the bar. Wow. I mean, that was extraordinary, really. I mean, that should have been, a goal for them. Absolutely amazing. And it just shows what his capabilities are. But the defining moment for me was probably almost the last kick of the game.
Which we'll come to. Hold your thought on it. We'll come to it.
Okay.
Only because there's a couple of other things.
I mean, obviously, all right. It's only because we were talking about Petrovic.
Honestly, it's the most exciting thing of the. Honestly, it's almost a dream, isn't it? Like the way that it's all panned out for him. I'm going to come to it. I feel like it deserves its whole segment. So
are we talking about the same player?
We should be, yeah.
Petrovic.
Oh no, I'm talking about the.
Oh well, there we are.
Okay. Please continue. Go on. Final kick of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Final kick of the game, and Tottenham had a corner, and they threw everybody up for Cario as well.
That's right. Yeah,
and they looped this corner in, and Petrovic out-jumped everybody and actually caught the ball. And I mean, the cheer that went up, it was as though Bournemouth had scored a goal. And he had players around him straight away, patting him on the back. By the time he kicked the ball away, it was, full-time whistle. So
yeah, good shout.
And those are little moments where you think, well done.
Yeah.
Well done. You can go through a game, you may not have a 7.5 rating or whatever, it might have 6.5 if he's lucky. But it's doing the things at the right moment. And we were under the cosh quite a bit in the second half, to be honest with you, although not, I wouldn't say over-threatening us, but they obviously have more of it in the second half. But we'll come on
I
to
think
that in a minute.
they obviously went into the half 2-1 down, right? So
Yeah, I mean, if we move back then, so obviously, with Tottenham scoring, and once they'd gone ahead, we actually started to play football.
I was about to say, it's almost like that was the bad turning point for them.
It was a kick up the backside, really.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. I think the only problem that was giving us a headache was Tell, the guy who scored the goal in the 5th minute, because the whole of that first half, he was consistently causing problems. But from our point of view, we grew into the game massively. We were leveraging space on both flanks. We had Marcus Tavernier, who was consistently dangerous on the right wing.
Yeah, a really good game, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you've hit the nail on the head where it's really easy to jump on someone's back after they've made a couple of mistakes in a few games, and we see this pattern. But then there's these games like that game against Tottenham, and you're like, that save from Petrovic, the tenacity from Tavernier for the whole game. I think we're at a stage now where we're not giving up, and I think that leads perfectly into the second half, right? And
well, before we get into that, then. I mean, you asked me to take the lead on the first half. Okay. All right. Now I've picked out Jimenez. All right. He could have helped a little, maybe, with the goal we conceded from Tell. In fact, there was two. There was Jimenez, who was inside the box, and there was Cookie almost on the line of the box. All right. When Tell, he actually turned James Hill, and those two were actually looking. They could see Tell come towards them. Surely they'd have realised that James Hill didn't have a cat nail's chance of catching him, and he obviously couldn't bring him down. One of them should have made a decision to go to maybe block something off. I mean, it's not a criticism; it's just an observation.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe, okay, Tell did his job. He put it right in the corner. I mean, I'm not going to even blame Petrovic for it, although probably, lots of fans say, "Oh, what's he done there?" Come on.
Yeah.
It's football. It's football, and it happens. If it had gone through his fingers, I'd have said, yeah, he'd have messed that up, but it didn't. So.
Well, there's some comments on that. So Sean is in the comment section and says Petrovic couldn't do a goal kick. It was ridiculous, but his saves was also a large reason why we won.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think he was.
Well, actually, it was. You mentioned our group chat. Yeah, so I'll put it out there. Darren said, his distribution was woeful.
Yeah.
In the second half. But hey, were they a little bit frightened to play it out from the back? I mean, we did occasionally do it. I suppose.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think obviously there'd be concerns. I think the one thing that Petrovic was good at and known for was distribution, right? Really good at being able to distribute the ball from at the back of the field. But it seemed that yesterday it was a bit off that. And again, it's whether you want to jump on the pattern, right? Because it's not the first time. So, but then and it's really hard to sum up because is it a training issue? Is it does he just need to be pinpoint delved into and go, right, this thing is an issue, but you're really good at these 5 other things? Is it a mentality thing? Is it a worry for his role? Now that Forster's here, I don't know, man. It's an interesting one because he's up and down, not every game, but mid game, every 90 minutes, he's So it's hard to figure out or expect from him a good game.
Moving on.
Go on.
So Jimenez, Yeah. So must point out, an excellent run through. So he got by the press, so just inside his own half,
Yeah.
and he found Tav out in space on the right. And what a beautiful cross that was for Evan Nielsen. Wow.
Yeah.
Plumb on his head, right on the button. Absolutely brilliant. But Jimenez made that by actually having the guts to actually go through.
Yep.
Take his man on, and he just flew past him. I thought, wow, look at this. And Tav had so much time and space, and picked out a perfect cross.
Yep.
So I thought, right.
And not the only one either. I know that, again, just going to mention Sean's comment here about Traffair, because I think Traffair had a fantastic game. There was a real link up between him and he had a couple of over the head balls over the back line, and I can't remember who it was with. It was just fantastic. It was working perfectly on that left flank. So yeah, another shout out to Traffair and Jimenez.
And also, Jimenez set up Tav for the second as well for the assist. So I love it when Jimenez goes forward. You can see why Andoni does push him up the field if he has another right back.
Yep.
Because he's got the awareness and the ability to play in that position. And I just going like, wow, wow, wow. We want him to play 18 games and then we can sign him. He's now played 12.
Okay.
He's 6 away now. All right, so get him in, mate. Get him in. That is, it's for me. He is the guy to take over from Smithy at right back, without a shadow of a doubt. All right, so I've put here very much improved player, also adaptable, playing further up the pitch, which is more or less what I've alluded to.
Yep.
And Traffair, that Sean's mentioned him, actually made a note as well. Another fine performance against Tottenham. Noticeable in the first half that Antoine was reasonably quiet for his standards. He was quite happy to play the short passes, either back or inside. But Traffair, he was bombing on. He would always get a return pass, whether it be from the centre, from Prupi or Tav, whoever. And when he's so far up the field and we lose possession, instead of him chasing back to his position, he is the most forward player, and he's actually pressing the defending team. And there was a couple of instances there in the first half. I'm thinking, look at the bloody work he's doing. The ball get passed from one Tottenham defender to another, and it's Traffair up there who's doing the press. And once the ball goes the other side of the pitch, he's back. His work rate was phenomenal. I thought a really, really standout player for me.
Yeah,
on Wednesday night. So yeah, he did have a couple of games where it dropped off a bit, but when he's on his game, great. Superb left back, really is.
So obviously went into the first half 2-1.
Excellent.
We
first half.
Came out of it, and Mickey van der Ven, is that his name? Mickey van der Ven went down in the penalty box, and
Van der Val.
Van der Val, yeah, fair, good one.
Bloody awful.
It was frustrating. It was really, really frustrating to watch and see a team of that caliber try and pull a slow one like that. It was frustrating.
They're trying to con everybody, basically.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw at the end, but Van der Ven had a little bit of a scuffle with the Tottenham away fans.
With the fans. Yeah.
So an interesting bit of background there, I imagine, because there must be some frustration between the fans and him already for something to be kicking off.
Not just him.
Well,
Sorry, but
yeah,
I mean, obviously, I follow a lot from the other, the opposition's channels as well, and listen to what the fans say. Some that were actually at the game. It's really interesting, but they're not in a good spot at the moment, Tottenham. It's this. I get the feeling it's this bloody entitlement thing, because they're a large club. Do they think they got the right to have maybe decisions go against them or whatever? I mean, we hear it all the time with Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United. I just get fed up with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They need to come down a peg or two.
Yep.
But
working our way past that, then Richarlison, who I think a number of people continued to shout at me personally to be aware of, especially that night against Tottenham, came on and pretty much, almost immediately had a close range header on target, which had to be saved by Petrovic. And that was another. So as we go past the penalty, 78th minute, it was an equaliser from João Palhinha, which was an absolute stunning goal. An absolute goal, a goal that I don't think I've seen for a couple of seasons at least. If anyone hasn't seen that, please do go back and watch that goal, because out of everything that game, that was outstanding.
That was wow, wasn't it?
It was almost like, oh, bugger, 2-2, but wow. Like really wow.
How very ironic after that. I mean, I was like really thrilled to see that, because it's football and you want to see something special, and that was very, very special. And then ping on the group chat, how are we going to get anything out of this? Comes a message, and I'm just thinking, get out of here, leave me alone.
So I mean, and I don't think they were the only ones, Mal, to give him favour. I think it looked set for a draw, right? After that 2-2, both sides were having a few chances. It could have been fairly easy for someone to have got one. Dordy Petrovic again, crucial saves from is it another Van der Ven shot, if I remember rightly?
Yeah.
And then 90 minutes hits, 7 minutes extra time, 95th minute, Anton Semenyo, as a final goodbye to the club, can I just say, pouring every ounce of his heart into everything he does on that bloody pitch for us, and he gets a winning goal. My God, that's football, mate. That is absolute football. Like the story, and to hear him and where he's come from. I was watching a story about it, and when he used to play at Bath, and then from Bath to somewhere else, and then somewhere else to Bristol. He's had it hard. He got let go 3 different times.
Crazy.
Consistently continued to come back, and I just think fair play to him. Like, what a guy, and I think we've been in specific situations. Ryan Fraser, for example, thinks that they're going to get an offer from a bigger club and doesn't want to risk themselves. And no, he was battling for 97 minutes, mate, and he got exactly what he deserved. And super happy with it.
I've got to take my hat off to him. First of all, very professional, very humble. Conducted himself superbly through the whole. How many weeks have we been hearing this tripe? We assumed he would be picked up once a couple of the big clubs come in from. We thought, right, that's it. It's going to happen. He's going to move on. I'm really, really pleased that he's actually gone to City and not the red half of Manchester. Because to go into that toxic club, sorry. I mean, I've watched something today on YouTube about Manchester United from their fans, and it's awful what's going on behind what we don't see. And I just thinking to myself, well, good for you. And, you've gone to City. You've got the best trainer you could possibly have, without a doubt. Certainly the best trainer in Europe.
Yep.
The players he's going to have around him. He's going to have to work hard. He knows himself. He has to improve, and he's got so much belief in what he does to make this step up. And I think, but first and foremost, as a bloke, very, very humble. His club, the management, the staff, the fans, and the community. He's embraced everything that you would expect a professional to embrace, and the way he's gone about it, it's just like superb. What can I say?
Well,
good luck. Just very good luck to him, and hope it works out.
I do want to. There's a couple of questions that I've got for you on his move. So I do want to come back to that in a moment. I want to wrap up the Tottenham game. So obviously after that, as you said, there was a bit of intensity from Tottenham, which kept us all on the edge of our seats after the Semenyo goal. And crikey, they were going for it, right? Goalkeeper up into the box. All 11 players ready for the corner to be taken. Petrovic making another fantastic save and ensuring us the 3 points, essentially.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And I think it was something that we really needed after 11 games without a win, which has been tough.
We've been getting there, mate.
Yes, we have.
The last two performances, Chelsea away and Arsenal, we could not have asked for more from our team.
Yep, agreed.
And that for me was the stepping stone. They've just got to reproduce that form against Tottenham and see where it takes us. Yes, you need a bit of good fortune along the way. You always do in a football match. All right, but those two performances for me was like the grindstone for the performance against Tottenham. Okay, we only really played good in the first half, but we had to play ugly in the second half, and we did play ugly.
Yeah, and bear in mind, I mean, this is off the back of 4-4 at United, 0-0 at Chelsea. Like we have been holding
2-2 at Chelsea.
2-2 at Chelsea. We have been holding our own, essentially. We just haven't been getting the points on the board, which is why we've been looking negative. But fantastic result. Not going to take anything away from that day. We are now 15th, 1 point behind Tottenham, 4 points ahead of Leeds. So we're okay for a game at least. Bear in mind, for the rest of January, we have Brighton on the 19th, Liverpool on the 24th, and Wolves on the 31st. So you'd like to expect.
I'm not expecting. Ollie, I don't expect. I just take each game as it comes.
You do.
Come on.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
So we'll look at Brighton after the cup tie. That's all I'm saying.
Tomorrow against Newcastle, by the way, everyone. Cup tie. So before we get into Semenyo, I just want to go through the comments in the chat. Sean's got a big old weekend of football. So much travelling to do this weekend. Taking club coach up to Newcastle in 9 hours. Crikey. Oh, right. That's at like 5 a.m. And then hoping to drive a few hours to Swindon on Sunday, then back to watch the women's football, I'd imagine. They're awesome. That is a jam-packed weekend of going to visit the club. I love that, mate. Also says, with Semenyo gone, do you guys think Brooks is the replacement at the moment, as he has a lot of shots? He just needs to finish them. I said the same about Semenyo, and he started to finish more. Again, come back to that in just a moment. I want to do this whole Semenyo segment in just a second, Sean. Chris says, evening, everyone. Evening, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Evening, Matt. He says, great show, lads. Hope you're both well.
Hi, Matt. Yeah, all good, mate. Thanks.
Sean says, remember the days when we used to be scared of the big boys like Man U, Tottenham, etc. But putting it into perspective, how big the clubs are compared to us, it shows our unbelievable growth.
Yeah, exactly.
100% agree with that. Matt says, spot on, Ollie. It looked like heading for a draw, but what a finish. Oh, yeah. I mean, to go from that Polina goal, equalising at 2-2, 75 minutes, and then 20 minutes later, Anton Semenyo, that is, it was 30 minutes of just outstanding football. Like, it really brings the emotion back into some games, and you're sat there and nothing else in the world matters apart from this little screen that has got your boys playing football on. Like, it's a very strange.
You also must point out, Ollie, is the changes Andoni made. So obviously, he took Proopy off, didn't he, ever?
He did.
So we had Adley on, we had Unal came on, and the first thing he did was take the free kick, and we were just thinking, could he? But it didn't stop us playing the way we were playing. And then he brought on Diakite as well. I'm thinking, what the hell? He did this before, didn't he? Do you remember? It was one of the home games. Was it against West Ham? Yeah, it was West Ham. And he shuffled everything around, and he made all the subs he could possibly make, because we just threw everything at him to try to get the win, didn't we?
Yeah.
2-0 down. And it was just so obvious that West Ham wanted to sit back. They had no intent of attacking. So they had nobody up front. The only bloke they brought on was Fulkrug, who couldn't kick a ball for love or money, who's now disappeared off to Italy somewhere on loan.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, wow, what's Andoni doing here? He took off, was it Senesi or something stupid, something absolutely ridiculous. You would never think he'd do it, but that's his plan. That's his chaos, isn't it? And we still keep playing the same way. And I'm just thinking, wow, this is unbelievable. And we were trying. They weren't as clear cut. But wow, when Brooksy fed that ball back to Semenyo, he had more than enough space. He knew exactly what he was going to do. And I was just so happy for him, because what a way to finish off.
It's a good goal as well.
Excellent. But it was in the script, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For him. He prays. He's a believer.
Yeah.
Good luck to the guy. And perhaps somebody up there was watching over him saying, come on, my son, you can do this. This is your moment.
It's your moment. Exactly that. Yeah. Go and show him why you deserve this move.
I'm going to ask you a question now. Not easy, but do you have a favourite goal of his?
Oh. I mean,
there are a few to choose from.
You immediately can't get out of your head the solo run against Liverpool. That's just fantastic. From 30
inside its own half,
first half, all the way to the outside of their box. A little shuffle inside and a shot into the right corner. It was just fantastic.
All the goal against Fulham, the solo effort to the byline.
Yeah. No, where he cuts in. And Meggs is the guy onto the. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, fantastic. There's a few. There's a few that he's got.
I mean, that is a standout for me.
Yeah.
Because it was individual brilliance, that.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't know if Semenyo deserves his own show, to be honest. We need to do something on him, don't we? Because, I mean, firstly, now that we're getting to the Semenyo segment, I'm a tad concerned for him. I think it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I think it's brilliant. I think it's exactly the move he deserves. Do I think it's going to be entirely beneficial for him? I'm not 100% set yet.
Well, we won't know, will we? It's an unknown.
Yeah.
Will City keep all their players? I mean, there is talk of Bob going, Oscar Bob.
Yep.
So that will create one space.
Mm-hmm.
Pep knows that he could play Semenyo on the left or the right.
I'm really excited to watch him in a City shirt.
Not only you.
Really excited to see him in a City shirt.
My only hope is that the fans, that their expectations are not too high.
Wow.
Give him time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big hope. It's similar to Liverpool with Kirkes, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got a point, but
Enormous. They were astronomical for whatever reason. They thought that this guy was the God-given grace that Bournemouth had somehow spawned, and they wanted him. And there was no one else that they wanted to replace that position. And they got him, and immediately it was lackadaisical. It was underwhelming, you know.
Yeah. It's very difficult because it's a totally different setup. You have a different culture. You got different players. So, you got all your mates at Bournemouth who you've grown to love them. You work together as a very close knit. I'm not saying you go to Liverpool and they're not close knit. Of course they are. But it's a different culture. And then obviously a different trainer, different system.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to learn to change the way you play. All right. It is what it is. You've got to adapt very quickly, take it all on board. And he's still young enough. And I'm sure come next season, you'll see a different Kirkes playing for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Think,
fair.
Yeah. But very, very difficult. He won't let himself down, Antoine, not a Man City. He certainly won't. We know what he's capable of, and he'll push himself as well.
Yep.
He's that sort of person. So it's how he links up with the players around him.
Yep, absolutely.
And he is a very easygoing guy, So they should be able to talk to each other, shouldn't they?
Was this to be expected? Obviously, with some of our recruitment efforts, Gannon Doak on the right-hand side, Adley on the right-hand side, obviously neither of them really properly coming into fruition yet. But what was this half expected? And has it almost been planned for with these bits of recruitment, do you think?
Maybe. Very surprised that it's, for me, I would have liked him to stay to the end of the season, personally. That would have been my choice. But you get one shout, don't you?
Yes, you do. Yeah, I don't think. I think it's hard to turn down going from 65k a week up to what was it? I think 140.
Whatever.
Which is, almost 2.5 times. I know he's not monetary related, but a figure like that is enormous. Firstly, career jump is massive. It ticks all the boxes for him. So,
well, he actually. I mean, did you see the video on him today?
Well, he was walking
first interview at his first interview at Man City.
No, I haven't seen that. No.
Right. Okay. So, really nice little interview there, and just typical Antoine. And one of the questions thrown at him was about Champions League football, and he said, "What an opportunity!" He said, "I'd just be so happy to actually hear the music before the game, and see the ball, Champions League football, and whatever, and do what he can."
And you know what? It's interesting to hear that because that shows that every player has the different dream. Some people want it to be the internationals. Some people want to win the Premier League. This guy wants to hear that Champions League music, and I can understand it because I can hear it now. The Champions League music, it's iconic, right? And if that's your dream to walk out onto a pitch like that, then bloody hell, you go for it, mate. Yeah, you go for it.
So I just fingers crossed for him that it does work out. I will follow with great interest. His progress. He's not going to have, as every footballer, week in, week out. He's not going to be blazing. He's going to have games where things won't work out because of the opposition.
Yeah.
I mean, we've obviously seen it at Bournemouth quite often, where they've doubled up, sometimes trebled up on him. And he hasn't been able to, break free or whatever, and hasn't produced. But that is not, being detrimental to him. That is just, nature of the beast in the game of football. So it's quite difficult for him. But
Yeah.
he's got players. He's got players around him that will make space for him. You know, they're very, very clued up, these guys,
Yeah.
and they will shift themselves around quite quickly. And Pep will see to that anyway. So
Yeah.
should be interesting. Yeah,
well, it couldn't be at a better place. I'll be honest with you. I think you said it earlier. Best side of Manchester, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some other clubs you could have gone to where I'd have been like, oh,
please don't.
Yeah, that's a silly decision. But yeah, I think it's the best possible choice for him. So yeah, can't.
I do too.
Yeah. In that respect, I think it leaves us with one more thing to discuss, doesn't it? And that is the FA Cup tie tomorrow at Newcastle.
Oh my goodness me!
There is a very small chance that's for the away Newcastle fixture. We might be attending, so please look out for that one, because I think me and Mel might do our own little video if that's the case. But that's exciting too. But tomorrow, FA Cup third round.
Yes,
I think. FA Cup third round.
Not the draw we wanted, but
no,
hey ho.
It's not. But these things happen. I think, considering Newcastle's tough game this week against Leeds.
What? I mean, what a joke! I mean, there's been some crackers this last week.
Oh mate, yeah, there has been some horrendous games. I mean, there has been a ton of draws. I tell you as well. There's been loads of draws.
That's stupid.
Yeah, loads of draws. I showed you a betting slip, didn't I? Where I had 3 draws and then one of the games, and it was Brentford that beat Sunderland. That was the wrong game for me. But yeah, a ton of draws. And yesterday, Arsenal-Liverpool, another draw. So tomorrow,
how did that end up 0-0?
I don't know. It's almost ridiculous, isn't it? It's almost like, really, like you're both gunning for it. Arsenal are finally in a position where they're probably going to take the league. You know what? I was expecting a lot more from it. A lot more.
Me too.
Tomorrow, FA Cup third round, away at Newcastle. I'm pretty sure they've got 2 injuries, which is good news for us. Yeah. They also had a real tough game against Leeds, coming away 4-3 in the end, but they were down 3-2 going into the final moments, I believe.
Really crazy.
Yeah, crazy game. So what I'm hoping is that they're also on a bit of a back foot at the moment in the league, and they're not going to put out their strongest team, in my opinion.
I think you could be right. They got Europe as well, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't think this is a priority for them. I don't think.
No, you could be right. You could be right.
In which case...
Are they also in the League Cup semi-final?
Good question.
Carabao Cup?
They are indeed. Newcastle, Man City, 4th of Feb.
City.
Oh, sorry. 13th of Jan and then 4th of Feb.
You got a very heavy January, mate. You really have.
Oh, crikey. So hang on a minute. They beat Leeds 4-3 on Wednesday night. They play us in the FA Cup tomorrow. They've got Newcastle on Tuesday.
They are Newcastle.
Man City on Tuesday. And then their next league game, Cup league game is on Friday. So they've got 4 games in 10 days.
I know most of the clubs, like those, obviously, you know, like Arsenal, Man City, whatever, they're in Europe, Carabao Cup, League, FA Cup. Their January is actually ridiculous. Was it 9 games or something like that?
Yeah,
wow.
Crazy. And just go on.
All I was going to say is, yeah, you could be right that Eddie Howe will actually rotate.
Yeah.
Obviously, Fabian Scher's out. I don't know how long. I haven't heard any news on him. He got a pretty nasty injury against Leeds.
No Dan Burns either, I don't think.
No. He's. I think he's still out injured.
Yep.
So
I think all in all, that does give me a good feeling about it. I think from our point of view, it's going to be a tournament that we want to stay in. I know that given our current standing.
Hang on, I'm just going to check my cup. Oh yeah, all right.
Given the current standing for Bournemouth, I imagine it'll be high on Ariola's priority list to try and get a win tomorrow. I am going to go same result as Tottenham, Bournemouth 3-2.
Interesting.
And I think it's going to be another standout game for Krupi. I think at that ground at Newcastle, I think he's going to be under spotlights, mate. I think he's going to perform. I've just got this feeling. So, fingers crossed for that.
Ollie, what did I say last week? He's going to be our top goal scorer this season.
I mean, he's heading in the right direction, right? Especially with Semenyo now gone. Just out of interest, obviously Newcastle playing Man City on Tuesday. Just seen a news article. Semenyo will be in that game, I believe. So that'll be his first.
Is he allowed to?
He is indeed, yeah. So he has been cleared to play in the Carabao Cup for Man City on Tuesday, the 13th of Jan.
Oh, okay.
Which means, I imagine, because he's been cleared, chances are that's where he'll get his first lot of minutes and not in the Prem. So,
right.
We'll see.
And not against, who are they playing? Exeter or somebody ridiculous in the FA Cup? Man City? Come on, you've got it up there.
Exeter City, 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
I wonder if he'll play in that. He might get a run out.
I don't know if it's a good question. He might. Yeah, he might.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I'll certainly be looking. I've actually got a starting lineup for the Newcastle game.
Oh, have you? Go on, I haven't. So give me yours.
I didn't think you would. Right. One change or a couple of changes. Fraser Forster in goal.
Yep.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm gonna keep Jimenez at right back. I was thinking about putting Smithy in, but I think they might go with possibly a pretty stronger or a strongish starting 11.
Right.
So Jimenez, Milos.
Yeah.
Senesi and Trafford.
Yeah.
Hook and Scott. And then the front four, Brooks, Tavernier, Krupi, and Eva right up front.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, decent.
So with Petrovic in goal, sub-keeper. James Hill, Soler, Adley. Oh, we're not sure about Soler yet, are we? There's talk about him going out on loan. I don't like the idea of that. So Adley, Unal, Reece Dottin, Diakite, Smith, and Christie might actually make the subs bench.
Yeah,
Andoni did say we're down to 14. So, it's a question of maybe put a couple of academy players in on the bench.
Yeah, definitely. We've constantly got Reece Dottin on the bench, haven't we? We've constantly got a couple of others ready, I think, and available. So, that's definitely.
The last time they went up to Newcastle, they had a lot of kiddies on the bench, didn't they?
Did indeed, yeah. We brought a lot of kiddies out as well. Actually, there was. Oh yeah, you've just reminded me. That was a fantastic game with, if I think, 3 academy players. Is that right?
They got subbed on.
Yeah, they all got subbed on. Yeah. That's right. And it was a striker, the young lad. Can't remember his name. Ryan something.
Yeah. I know you mean. I can see him.
Ryan Winterburn.
Winterburn was one, yeah.
And there was 2 others. But yeah, I remember this game. Fantastic game. And we won as well. And I'm pretty sure Winterburn scored.
Are we talking about the same game? I'm talking about Newcastle last season. Come on.
Bournemouth. You're talking about the Clivert hat-trick. Talking about the Clivert hat-trick?
Yeah.
Yeah, January. Yeah. So that was January last year, 2025.
But I think we only had, like I said, maybe 11, 12 players max.
Yeah.
And the rest were kiddies on the bench.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think he subbed 3 on. Yeah. If I remember rightly, I did. Absolutely ridiculous, but that just shows you what this club is about.
And the way that we're going as well, this didn't used to be us. We didn't used to play like this. We didn't used to get this kind of excitement, this kind of intensity in games, this almost Spanish football. It's almost got a kind of Latino feel to it, hasn't it? The way that Brazil used to play, or you see Argentina play. It's very kind of intense, over to the flanks, big, quick crosses in. It's interesting. It's nice to see. It's good.
Yeah. I've actually, we're going to be running out of time, but
yeah,
I did want a quick word on Andoni to finish off, if I may.
Yeah, go for it.
Now, bearing in mind, how we've progressed in a couple of years, 2.5 years, whatever he's been with us. Last season, obviously superb, and it made probably managing and coaching for him made it quite easy. Obviously, it isn't easy, but when everything works, it's great.
Yeah.
Now, this season, obviously, it's been after the start was really superb, but he's gone for a really, really tough couple of months. The last time they won was when we went in October against Forest.
Yeah.
Right. And then did we put the jinx on them? And they couldn't win anything for love of money. Obviously, there were a couple of bad performances and everything, but this shows what Andoni can do. He's had to really dig in, show what he's about, managing and coaching the team through this very, very difficult period.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that just gives him another tick that he's managed to keep the ship steady. Performances have been sometimes quite, what do they say, meh. But they picked themselves up and they got the performances back into the team again, and that's for me all goes well for for the coming games ahead.
Sure.
So I take my hat off again to Andoni for what he's done with his coaching staff. Thank you, with his coaching staff and turning everything around. And like I said, we're believers anyway. We trust the process. We believe in what they're doing. Through all the noise that goes on around, it does get on my nerves a bit. But I can shut that down all the time. When all the negative comments come out, it's just something in me that clicks, and I can find an answer. That why the negativity? It doesn't need to be there.
Yep, agreed.
And we got a stranger in the camp.
Ollie and Malcolm.
Hi, Paul.
Today we'll rewatch show. Good to see you guys. Heatwave conditions here. Paul from Oz. Nice to have you on, mate. It's different time and different day, so I'm not surprised that you're
this is an extra one tonight.
Yeah. We've thrown everyone off a normal weekly schedule here. We're never on a Friday night.
No. Just to let you know, Paul, -7 here, and if I was to go outside with the wind chill factor, it'll be a little bit colder. So, but I'm not going out.
It's not that cold here for me. And for North Wales, is 2 degrees.
You go out in shorts and t-shirt with that.
Yeah, I'll pop out in a minute. Actually, get a bit of fresh air.
I think we're going to have to knock it on the head because somebody else has got a show to do, mate.
Yes, sir. On that note, we do have another show being created tonight. What is it? The Dean Court Social this evening?
No, it's the transfer show.
Transfer show. Sorry. Apologies.
That'll be coming up soon. I think half an hour.
Fantastic. So, yeah. Obviously, keep your notification bells on for everything that gets posted. Thank you all for staying tuned for the hour-long show almost that we've done.
Brilliant.
Fantastic to be back to another win on the board and to end
brilliant.
our winless streak. Huge shout out and all the love in the world to Antoine Semenyo. And as always, up the cherries, and thank you, Mel.
My pleasure, Ollie. Up the cherries, mate.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.